So many of us are going to get rolling into a business and realize that it's way more work than we ever expected, and it's way more effort, and our family is going to be affected, our relationships are going to be affected because at some point, if we have a good product or service, so many people are going to want it that we're going to just keep putting it on, putting it on, putting it on, putting it in our schedule, running more appointments, creating more products, doing more things, doing more sales, making adjustments, and just continuing to just basically pile things onto ourselves. And so at this point, we start to think about hiring our first employee, our first couple employees. Now, before we get into our actual in house employees, I'd suggest to take a second to realize what we're doing in our day to day. Track yourself for a week, hour by hour. What are the things that you're working on? And so then we can start to look at those tasks and be able to understand, or is there something, whether it's a CRM or whether it's a virtual assistant or an AI or some type of program that we can install into our business to take some of those mundane tasks that we're doing to be able to free up some of our time, right? As we get busier, our time becomes more valuable and we can't do the lesser value tasks anymore. We need to start looking at what is my hour worth and where am I working the most, right? A lot of times when we start getting into business and things are going good, we're spending a lot of time on bookkeeping, or we're doing things related to sales literature or running appointments. And so, can I start to outsource maybe some of that literature? Can I hire someone for cheap to be able to spend, 10, 20 hours a week to do some of my bookkeeping so I can take that off? And so I onboard them, I train them on how I want to do things. I create some processes, some basic processes to make sure that they understand how I want to do those things. And we start to be able to create job descriptions. And so we're looking at the tasks that we're doing and we're breaking it down to how we want it to be done. But we really need to document those things because it needs to be able to be trainable, it needs to be able to be quickly trainable. And so, if a lot of things are in our head, we really need to get those out of our head and create what's called a SOP, or a standard operating procedure. This is where the real scalability of your business happens. The more you can get out of your head of the things that you're doing onto paper, the quicker someone else is able to take on that task. The quicker you're able to say, what are the qualifications and the skills that I need in someone to be able to do this specific thing or these specific tasks or this specific role. And so as we document those things, we start to develop job descriptions. And so we take these job descriptions, we post them online, we find people that can fill these skills and deliver these tasks that need to be done. And it allows us to just simply be able to identify key people and key roles that need to be filled. So that way you can continue to leverage your time to grow the business, to do the right things, right? If you are spending time on $10 an hour tasks, you need to hire someone to do that, right? Because your hour should be $100 an hour, $200 an hour. So if you take $10 or $15 or even $20 out of that, you're still making $80 an hour, but you now have someone doing that 10, 15, $20 an hour task that's allowing you to go work on something else that's much more important to the business and to the success of the business. So we really want to focus on making sure that we understand those roles, those deliverables, and those things that need to get done, especially when we're first considering hiring and outsourcing those basic mundane tasks. And then as we get into kind of more key roles, we start to do some more research and see how other businesses are structured, and understanding what the roles and the responsibilities are for each specific role, what the salary range is, what the compensation plan is, and how we can start to use the money in our business to buy more time.